Greetings, Splash here with another vague comic, thought review about comics in general. Now, there's been a pattern in most of my videos. I rarely review the main big superhero or popular line of comics from DC or Marvel, such as Iron Man or Superman, etc. And it's not that I don't like the comics so much as they're expensive. And I've every now and then I look at the prices for these comics and they go up to $4.99. Some I've seen for $6.99 and $8.99. And as much as I like Batman, I'm not gonna spend that much money for a Batman issue. And I notice that the more popular a comic is, or the more popular the character is of a comic, usually the more expensive the comic is. And I don't and if for some reason I don't like the comic, it feels like I've wasted my money. So I usually and so I usually focus on other secondary tier characters. It doesn't mean it's bad. They're just as fun, and that's mainly why I only buy for the main comics coming out, updated periodically. I mostly just buy IDW Sonic Comics because the $3.99, which I don't like, but still, it's better than $4.99. They're fun. I mean, so far I've had fun reading all the comics, and even if the arc isn't the best, the artwork is fantastic, and it's still something fun to find in a comic. Now, I picked up some separate issues here and there from DC or Marvel that the whole comic was not good. If the art's good, sometimes the coloring is so off, or sometimes the coloring's great and the art's all that yeah, or sometimes the plot's so bland, I just can't get into it. Well, that's me personally. I don't represent millions of people out there. And there are people who love comics coming out, and I could go, yeah, it sucks. And at the same time, I could praise a comic, and everyone else will be, well, not everyone else, but people will be like, that kind of sucks. It happens. That's what's great about variety. There's so much out there. But I also want to explain a little bit that as hard as it is for these comics, it's also lucky that we have so many comics because, look, I'll tell you the first thing. When I was a kid, I thought comics were boring. I could not get into them because my thought process as a kid was, well, I can just watch TV. The Batman and Superman stuff, they're on TV and they move. Why do I want to buy a picture book where they're just staying still? I mean, there's more to it than that, but I didn't know that. And it then took me until maybe a few years ago that I finally got into comics, and it was because of Sonic comics, of all comics. And I slowly spread out more. I bought Doom Patrol, Green Arrow, what else? Godzilla, I am blanking out. Other comics. And they're a lot of fun. But it took me having to buy one issue, understand it. And it could just be age too. Maybe it's because I'm older, I'm more patient. And because thanks to the internet, there's so much more variety out there, I realize, oh my god, it's not just superheroes, there's tons out there. And when I was younger, it would have been impossible to find these things because I didn't know where to look or how to find them. And now, because comics is such a well, comics may still not be as popularly bought, but because it's so closely aligned with movies like Marvel and DC, so even if the comics don't sell, people know these come from comics. Now, so it gives them some insight. Okay, well, maybe check it out. And that happened to me. I checked out comic every now and then throughout my life. I checked out a comic here and there until finally, now I'm a huge comic fan. I can't say that I'm the biggest comic fan. I've only done this for a few years. I'm way beneath people who've studied and read and understood every comic for years. I'm not even close to that, and I doubt I ever will be. I just read them for fun. And even then, I can only tell you the bare bones of what goes on, unless I pay attention. Because that's what comics are supposed to be. Just for fun. And I just hope that, people have fun reading comics, like I do. Not look at it and go, I don't know. What am I getting at? Man, see, low attention span here. I was saying something. I forgot. Oh, right. I don't read certain comics. Mainly because of the price. I mean, there's ways to read them online, but look, I buy physical because reading comics online when I buy them, it's not fun. Maybe because I'm squinting at a bright screen and it's. I don't know why, but I used to read manga on the computer. Now I like to read comics in real life and manga in real life. Kind of funny how that works out. Yeah, that's probably just a personal thing. But yeah, yeah, I'm curious. What do you guys think? Do you? What was I getting at? Oh, are you willing to spend like even $3.99 or $4.99 for a comic? Because I'll be honest, I can't really imagine anyone would want to spend $4 on a comic. I don't know why I do it except for it's Sonic, so that's the only reason why I do it. But anyone else who's willing to do it? I mean, what is the comic that you find so good you don't mind spending 3 or 4 or $5.99 for an issue? Because I'm curious, I really am.